There are growing calls from across Canada to confront an alarming rise in anti-Semitism.
We can't sit idly by while members of the Jewish community are threatened on a daily basis.
Police in several cities say incidents of anti-Semitism have been increasing since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. In Toronto, police say overall hate crimes have gone up by 93% in the last year. The group, Canadian Women Against Anti-Semitism, is calling on all levels of government to do more to combat it. CTV's Tony Grace joins us now with more. Tony, tell us about this group that organized the rally yesterday.
Marcia, this is a collection of voices, a real cross-section. You have religious leaders, you have community advocates, political leaders, students, healthcare workers, who all say that they have experienced anti-Semitism or that they have been feeling the impacts of anti-Semitism in one way or another. Of course, as you mentioned, police say these incidents are on the rise. Toronto police, for example, say that incidents of anti-Semitism lately make up more than half of the hate incidents reported to police. So yesterday, this group came together on the lawn of Ontario's provincial legislature, but their voices were not only aimed at provincial governments across Canada, they were aimed at municipal governments as well, and the federal government, saying that it's time everyone got on board and got onto the same page when it comes to fighting acts of hate, particularly fighting acts of anti-Semitism across the country. Now, among the politicians on hand yesterday, the deputy leader of the federal Conservatives, Melissa Lantsman, who told us why she felt it was necessary. She said that, look, this is the kind of incident you don't want to have to be at an incident like this because you don't want there to be this many acts of hate. But she told us why she wanted to be there yesterday.
There are people that are nervous. They're nervous about things that they put on their doorways to identify them as Jews. They are nervous in their schools, in their school boards, in their police unions, and on their university campuses. We have to say that that is not okay. And not only do we have to say it, we have to action it.
The Prime Minister yesterday acknowledging the Jewish observance of Purim by saying that in the face of rising acts of anti-Semitism, they recognize and stand with the Jewish community against hate. So clearly an issue and a problem, Marcia, that is on the federal government's radar. Advocates urging them, though, to do more and to do more quickly.
And police are also raising concerns that cases of Islamophobia are underreported. What are you learning? Right.
Well, when we take a look at the statistics for Islamophobia, they make up a lower percentage of the number of overall crimes reported to police than anti-Semitism. That's also reflected in Statistics Canada data from 2022. But police forces have said that they believe that there is more out there, that perhaps isn't being reported to police for one reason or another, whether it's out of fear, whether it's out of an idea of mistrust, whatever the case may be. They believe that Islamophobia in particular has been on the rise as well since October the 7th, whether it be attacks on mosques, whether it be incidents in schools, workplaces, public places. The Council of Canadian Muslims tells us they get about a dozen calls a day, Marcia, reporting incidents across the country, whether it be in schools, workplaces, or other institutions. And they believe that it's time to speed up the delivery of federal funding, something called the Security Infrastructure Fund, which is meant to help community groups that could be targets of hate protect places of worship and other gathering places. They say that a number of mosque leaders have applied for that funding, but end up waiting so long for it that sometimes the measures become reactionary rather than proactive. So multiple calls here, Marcia, to address rising acts of hate across this country.
All right, Tony Grace for us. Tony, thanks for that. We've got some breaking news to get to.